All right, hello, my Facebook and YouTube peeps. Woo, I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, a signed video. I have been in a very busy season in my life. All great things, God is good. But once my season slows down a little bit, then I will get back to doing more of the video because I've been getting a lot of requests and a lot of people just ask me in general, hey, is everything good? So I appreciate you guys being patient with a sister. All right, so this video is a step-by-step for the song I just posted, God's Not Done With You by Tauren. Very powerful, very encouraging song. For those that are new to my page or my channel, when I do my step-by-step videos, I do everything backwards. So all you have to do is follow me. And all of my videos are done in a mixture of sign English and interpretation. All right, let's get started. So the first part of the song is standing in your ruins feels a lot like the end. So I did the sign for standing in battle. I couldn't figure out what to do standing in the sign for ruin. I just didn't like it, and it was more of a inward battle. That's how I interpreted it. So that's what I signed. So standing in, and then the sign for war or the sign for battle, and then feels a lot like the end. So I just did the sign for feels, and then like, and then in. Okay, and at the end, I'm going to go through the entire song just so you guys know. So used to losing, you're afraid to try again. So the sign for used to is just kind of like two gestures, 1, 2. And then the sign for losing. And then the sign for afraid to try again. Afraid to try. And then the sign for again. Okay, so used to losing, you're afraid to try again. Right now, all you see is ashes when there was a flame. So right now, you see, and I did the sign for, again, ashes and flames. It wasn't physically talking about ashes and a flame. So my interpretation that I did was right now, all you see is bad when it used to be good. So that's my interpretation of that. So right now, all you see is bad when it used to be good. So that was my interpretation of that, okay? Truth is that you're not forgotten because grace knows your name. So truth is that you're not forgotten. And then the sign for grace knows your name. And then the chorus part is God's not done with you. God's not, and I did the sign for finish. So God's not done with you. And even with your broken heart, your wounds, and your scars. So even with your broken, and then the sign for heart over your heart, middle fingers, or the Philly fingers, broken heart. And then I did, for wound, I did hurt or pain. And then for scars, I did see someone do this, but I know it's not talking about a physical scar. So I just did the sign for weary, because when you're going through, you can become weary. So that's what I did, the sign for worry on that part. So even with your broken heart and your wounds and your scars, God's not done with you. Even when you're lost. And then I did the sign for hard. And then you're falling apart. I just did a sign for fall apart. Okay, so let's do that again. God's not done with you. Even with your broken heart and your wounds and your scars, God's not done with you. Even when you're lost and it's hard and you're falling apart, God's not done with you. And then the next part is it's not over, it's only begun. It's not, and I just did the sign for finish, or it's not ending. So it's not over, it's only begun. So begun, to start, begin, same sign. So it's not over, it's only begun. So don't hide, sign for hide, like you're hiding something. And then don't run. I did the sign for flee. So 5 fingers, and then flee. Because God's not done with you. Because God's not done with you. So let's do that last part. God's not done with you. It's not over. It's only begun. God's not done with you. It's not over. It's only begun. So don't hide. Don't run. Because God's not done with you. All right. So the second verse is, there's a light you don't notice until you're standing in the dark. So I just did the sign for light. There's a light you don't notice. And you're shaking your head. So this is a sign for notice. And then until you're standing in the dark. And I just did the sign for until. You just touching your 2 fingers like that. Until you're standing. And then the sign for dark, in the dark. So let's do that again. There's a light you don't notice until you're standing in the dark. And then the next part is, there's a strength that's growing inside your shattered heart. So I just did a sign for strength. I've seen some people do it like that. So either is fine, but I did this. So there's a strength, and then the sign for growing. So there's a strength that is growing inside. And I just kind of did this for shattered. So inside, and I did it over my heart, inside your shadow heart. Okay. And then of course, God's not done with you. For the bridge, it says, oh my goodness, God's not done with you. It's not over. Sorry, it's only begun. So don't, because God's not done with you. He got a plan. This is part of it. Normally I have my words, but I'm doing it by memory. He has a plan. This is part of it. He's going to finish what he started. So and I just did the sign for plan, which is this, just plan. So he's got a plan. This is part of it. And that's just what I really couldn't think of a sign for part of it. So I just did, it's right here. Here it is. Okay. So he got a plan. This is part of it. And then he's going to finish what he started. He will. So I just did will. And then finish what he started. Okay, so let's do that all together. He's got a plan. This is part of it. He's going to finish what he started. Okay, and that repeats. And then the end of the bridge, it says, God's not done. He's not done writing your story. So God's not done. He's not done. And then I just did writing your, and then I just did a sign for story. And then that's the entire song. So I'm just going to go through it from start to finish, and then we'll be done. All right. So standing in your ruin feels a lot like the end. So used to losing, you're afraid to try again. Right now, all you see your ashes when there was a flame. Truth is that you're not forgotten, because grace knows your name. God's not done with you, even when you're broken heart and your wounds and your scars. God's not done with you, even when you're lost and it's hard and you're falling apart. God's not done with you. It's not over. It's only begun. So don't hide. Don't run. Oh, I think I did it wrong. Oh, man. I think it's this part. Don't run. Because God's not done with you. And then the second verse, there's a light you don't notice until you're standing in the dark. There's a strength that's growing inside your shadow heart. And then, of course, God's not done with you. Even when you're broken heart and your wounds and your scars, God's not done with you. Even when you're lost and it's hard and you're falling apart, God's not done with you. It's not over. It's only begun. So don't hide. Don't run. Because God's not done with you. And then the bridge. He's got a plan. This is part of it. He's going to finish what he started. He's got a plan. This is part of it. He's going to finish what he started. And then he's not done. God's not done writing your story. He's not done. Sorry, my dogs are here. God's not done with you. And that is it, you guys. Well, God bless you guys. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.